watching BoricuaBoxing.com, the internet island for boxing information.
That you see in LAMONT Peterson that you feel you can expose?
Yeah, definitely. You know, his defense. I mean, I think he gets caught a lot, and he's not really faced anyone with speed and power. But you know, he's good. He's an all-round good fighter, and we're gonna be focusing on what exactly we have to do against him. And I think we will have this right strategy. We will have the right game plan for this fight. And having Freddie Roach in the corner will maybe help me win this fight.
You mentioned that that you can get a game plan for him, but he can come in a different style. He has many different faces. Do you think that he's going to show you anything that you haven't seen before?
He's had 31 fights and always fought the same way. I think that's just the way he fights. And I don't think he'll change. I mean, if he tries to change now, I think it might be the worst thing that he does. So I think the best thing for him is to stick to what he knows best. I mean, if he tries something else new and it doesn't work for him, then he might get hurt.
What weaknesses, if any, do you see in Khan? Is there something that you look at and say, you know, that I can expose that? Or
yes, to me, he really fast hands. He moves pretty well, back and forth, but he don't really move too well side to side. He don't slip a lot of punches, so he would rather, you know, try to get away by using his feet or block the shot. So I'll just try to keep a lot of punches out there because you're not going to be able to block them off. So that's a weakness that I do see.
Do you think, with all the talk about future opponents and he may be bringing up, or other people may be bringing up, do you think he may be overlooking this fight slightly?
No, I know that. I think that he knows that, you know, this is a dangerous fight. This is not a fight that he's just going to say, oh, okay, I'm going to win. Well, even if you do, it doesn't matter to me because come December 10th, he's going to have to get in the ring with me and show me. But, you know, I can't fault him for making future plans because at the end of the day, we all have goals, we all have dreams. You know, people we want to fight and things that we want to do in the sport of boxing. If you ask me the same questions about, you know, my future, I'm going to tell you the same thing. You know, that I want to fight this person or maybe move up and fight this person because that's the way us as fighters think. You ask any fighter that. And if you ask him, you think you can beat him? Yeah, I can beat him. Right. That's just the way it is. We really believe it.
Like the wild card after this trip here?
That's right. No, I'm going to go to New York for a day. I got some family to see there, and then because New York's like 40 minutes away, and then from there I'm going to go to.
So you'll be back in camp what day, on Monday?
So, back to reality, man.
Back to reality.
How do you feel about having to share your time with Freddie with Pacquiao?
You know what? I prefer when Manny Pacquiao was in the camp.
So you spar with him a lot, huh?
We spar, but for this fight, I don't think we spar because of him being a southpaw and everything. But the reason I like it is because, I mean, you've got Manny Pacquiao, I can run with him in the morning. I go to watch him train. Freddie makes enough time for both of us. Freddie always makes time for me and Manny. He might give me like 3 hours and Manny 3 hours. Manny might train early, I train later, or I train later, or whatever. So we kind of change it around, but we both know exactly what's going on. We never walk into the gym and think, oh, we're waiting for Freddie. Freddie is one very professional guy that he makes sure that the fighters are not waiting. I mean, he'd rather wait for the fighters. He's done that a few times, but he'll never want the fighters to be waiting. But I normally go a little bit earlier or a little bit later just to catch Manny, see him how he's training, see him how he trains and stuff. I mean, it's an inspiration, you get me?
I was going to say, he inspires you.
Yeah,
probably.
and I love watching him train, and to be part of the same campus, you can't buy that.
You talk about you learn stuff from him and look up. You think you taught him anything? I mean, you're different fighters. I mean, you can always pick up stuff.
Maybe. because one thing about me is I'm very quick. I think I'm one of the quickest fighters in the world, and maybe Manny has. I remember when Freddie said to me, you have to help him out on getting his reactions quicker because you have his one corners who are a little bit slower than me, but Manny was just taking them apart.
Who's faster?
I think I'm quicker than Manny Pacquiao, yeah, for sure. But I'm not as strong, not as powerful. Maybe that might come when I hit 147. But and Manny admits that as well. But we have great training sessions, we have great camps together, and I think that's what Manny's probably picked up is me helping him build the reflexes quite fast because he knows I'm one of the guys that I might get hit once, but I'll come back twice as strong.
Amir, the inevitable question. I mean, you got so much going on, and you are going to get a lot of attention. I mean, here's a small story. My daughter's pediatrician, same last name, and when I brought your name up, she knew who you was. She wanted to know about the tickets. You're going to get a lot of attention. I understand there's a lot of high-end Pakistani dignitaries here.
Yeah,
with all of that attention and the talk of Floyd Mayweather and future fights, any chance you could look past this guy?
Or never. I mean, there's no Floyd Mayweather fight if I look past this guy. Look, one thing about it is if I get beat, then that's me over. And I've only just started to build my career up in America. I want to hold it, and I want it to last for a long, long time. And I cannot afford to lose. I don't want to start back at the bottom again. I mean, I made that mistake. I got beat. I was very lucky though. I was a world champion, and I bounced back from it strong. LAMONT Peterson is a very dangerous opponent, and I'm taking this fight as a I'm training like a challenger. When I go into this fight, forget the 3 belts I hold. I'm going to go in there like a challenger, and just take it from there really, because I've made that mistake before. I've seen other fighters make that mistake before, and I've learned from them.
Did you make some comments yesterday or the day before yesterday in your London press conference about Mayweather having agreed to fight you?
I didn't make no comment about that.
Okay, I had a note from my editor saying
someone tweeted me about that, and well, I mean, whatever, that fight is in the future. I mean, it's good to have goals and ambitions, and they're my goals and ambitions.
But you haven't been told by Richard or anybody else that he said he would do this fight?
Floyd Mayweather said yeah.
Okay.
He never said yeah.
Because he just fought and he figures on vacation or wherever he is.
I think he wants to do is talk about boxing. So I don't think.
Plus, you have your fight coming up in December.
That's right, and I've got things to focus on. I think it'll be stupid for me to look past this fight.
Amir, what were your thoughts about the way Mayweather ended that fight?
You know what? I think it was right. Look, you have to remember now when the referee says box on, you have to box on.
I mean, are you ready just to like turn off the phone, let other people handle tickets, and treat it almost like you're not fighting at home during the build-up to the fight?
Yeah, I'll still be here, but I won't stay in my place. I'll probably be somewhere. I probably won't tell anyone.
Better tell Mary.
Just and I'll show up at the gym every day, and I'll go back there and
they'll be asking for tickets.
And I'll just try to let everyone know, maybe in 2 weeks or so that I'm training for this fight. I need to stay focused. Text me, don't call me. If it's nothing positive, then don't text me.
Right.
And if you have something positive to say, then text me. I need that type of stuff. But other than if it's anything negative, I just want to stay away.
What does Khan bring to the table that concerns you?
The main thing that concerns me is his work rate. Maybe a lot of times, he throws a lot of punches the whole fight. He can do it for 12 rounds. So I have to keep my work rate up and try to make sure that I put punches in between his punches while he's throwing those 5 and 6 punch combinations, that I can get 2 or 3 hard shots in between them to make him think twice about throwing all of those punches.
Do you feel you can match his speed?
Thank you.
If need be, yes. A lot of times I'm a timer type of fighter, so I don't use all my speed if not necessary. A lot of times you might be like, he's not that fast. But a lot of people get it twisted. I can move fast. My hands can move fast. My body can move fast. But a lot of times, like I said, I go with my timing. So, I kind of slow things down on purpose to find my timing.
So it's more about neutralizing your speed as opposed to matching it, because you and I have talked about it. As great as you look in terms of your intensity in the Tim Bradley fight, you weren't taking your time. You were a completely different fighter in the very next fight against Ortiz?
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, and out here as a fighter, you know, this is something that you dream of your whole life, and then when you do get the opportunity, you want to win so bad, you want to do so good, you can kind of overdo things. And I think in that fight, you know, I just wanted to win so bad that I was kind of rushing through everything. You know, I was down, you know, the first 2 rounds, and in my head, I know I lost the first 2 rounds, and I wasn't used to losing rounds, period. Before that fight, I pretty much won every round that I was in. I was always comfortably ahead of my opponent, so I kind of panicked. It's like, I got to hurry up and start, you know, winning some rounds, and things just got worse from there, from me rushing.
Mark, there's a lot of talk from his side, maybe not so much from him, but from others, about fights he wants to have in the future. He said to us that he knows this is a dangerous fight. Do you think he really believes that, and do you think others don't realize how dangerous this is for him?
I believe that they all know, but at the same time, I can't fault him for looking ahead, because we all have goals, we all have dreams, and as a fighter, you're supposed to be confident. And if you ask me the same questions you ask him, I'm gonna say the same thing. You know, looking for, you know, bigger fights, you know, with Mayweather and Pacquiao. Of course, those are the 2 biggest fighters around in our weight class. So you're supposed to think that way, so I don't fault him for that. He can say what he wants, they can say what they want, but at the end of the day, comes December 10th, we have to get in there and duke it out. And that will determine what our future is from there, not from words.
How dangerous are you?
To me, dangerous as they come, because a lot of times, like I said in the press conference in England, someone asked me a question. They had, like, you know, open question. He asked me, what am I going to do different for this fight? I told him, I think he questioned before that he had asked Khan, and I forgot what he asked him, and I was just like, I can change my whole style for this whole fight. It can be a totally different Lamont, and I'll fight well that way. So I'm always going to be a problem, because you can prepare, come up with a game plan. Yeah, they asked him something about, you know, he had said something about him and Freddie came, you know, going to come up with a game plan, you know, that'll work for victory. They can prepare for the Lamont they've seen, but I can show them a whole totally different thing. So I'm always going to be a problem, because everything you write up and you plan and you train for can be a totally different night. Come fight.
Good luck.
All right, thanks.